Hallöchen YouTube! Wir gucken uns heute mal den No Rest for the Wicked Showcase an und wir legen einfach mal los. Ihr könnt mir gerne sagen, ob das zu leise, zu laut ist, das wäre super. Und ja, fangen wir einfach mal an. Let's go. Ich hoffe, es ist gut von der Lautstärke. Ich lasse mal so, oder? Ich habe Untertitel eingestellt. HD ist drin. Ja, ich lass mal auf so. Reicht.
Hey everyone, I'm Thomas.
Hi
And I'm
Thomas.
Gennady. We founded Moon Studios
Wartet mal,
during
ich
the
mach mal
rise
auf
of
so.
independent games in 2010.
Back then, there weren't all that many modern Metroidvania games out there, and so we created Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ganz
Ori
genau.
became a huge success with gamers and critics alike, and it helped spark new interest in the genre.
Our next project was supposed to be something totally different, because for over 20 years we've been playing action RPGs religiously, and we always dreamt of where this genre could be taken next. At the same time, we felt that we could do even more within the Metroidvania genre, and so we embarked on making Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Ja, das müssten wir eigentlich auch mal durchspielen. Das sieht so gut aus, ne? So ein tolles Spiel.
And that we're deeply, deeply proud of.
But we had never forgotten about our dream of creating our own action RPG. We have left our mark on one genre before. Now we hope to do the same for action RPGs.
Sieht auf jeden Fall schon mal gut aus.
Begins 841 years after the Embrace. King Harrow is dead, and he's to be succeeded by his young and untested son Magnus.
Ah, der sieht schon so arrogant aus.
Rumors of the return of a great plague, known as the pestilence, are starting to emerge. Magical Celine, a
Ja, die auch.
ruthless figure in the church, sees the pestilence as a chance to prove herself. These forces converge on the backwater of Isola Sacra, where rebel groups and the provincial government fight for control and make the Isle's crumbling ruins.
Okay, cool.
As a Sarim,
Wo kommen wir ins Spiel?
ancient sect devoted to defeating the pestilence, you are sent on a merchant ship to investigate.
Oh, das sieht so toll aus. Da guckt euch das an. Die Grafik
Your
ist
ship comes
prima.
under attack from a rebel group known as the Risen. The battle leaves the vessel battered and badly damaged. The ship stands little chance as it limps towards the shore, and it is torn apart on the rocks at sea. You find yourself washed up at the shores of Isola Sacra,
Oh.
bruised and unarmed, and end up caught in the midst of both a vast political struggle and a fight for survival.
Oh, der hat aber Arme. Meine Fresse. Okay, okay. Also wir waren bei den Rebellen sozusagen und dann sind wir gestrandet. Nett. Die Welt. Survival. Oh. Zeig her.
With No Rest for the Wicked, we decided to handcraft an entirely seamless world.
Alter, sieht das gut aus, ne? Guckt euch das
Nothing in
an.
this game is procedurally generated.
Nichts.
Instead
Okay.
of moving across a randomly generated flat plane, throughout this showcase, you will notice that our world is dense, interactive, uses a ton of verticality, and that every inch was crafted by a designer.
Erstmal die Krabbe zusammengeschlagen. Oh, das ist Caputo. Cool.
You'll be well served, always paying attention to your surroundings too. There are secret areas just about everywhere that usually reward you with precious items.
Okay, okay. Aufgeladener Schlag. Oh, wie das kaputt
In No
geht.
Rest for the Wicked is randomized. It
Wow.
ensures that every player has their own unique experience. And that
Okay,
every time
randomized
you explore an
items.
area, you might just finally get that last gold ore or new battle axe you've been waiting for.
Nett, 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 nett. Finde
We
ich gut.
abandoned the old point-and-click model to move your character around. We wanted players to have ultimate control over their character.
Ja.
Every movement you make should feel tactile and be intentional. For that reason, we designed Wicked to be played using WASD or a controller.
Ja, sehr gut, sehr gut. Das ist eine sehr gute Entscheidung. Das mag ich. Auch die Bilder unten sehen toll gezeichnet aus, ne? Wow. Also grafisch ist es
Instead of
für
going
mich
for
top.
realism, our goal is always to create games that look like a painting come to
Ja.
life.
Ja, genau so.
Our artists spent years meticulously modeling and hand-painting all of Isola Sacra.
Alter, handgezeichnet. Wahnsinn.
You will traverse through plenty of breathtakingly beautiful environments,
Ja.
lit with natural day and night cycles,
Wow.
immersed in dynamic weather.
Ey, habt ihr das gerade gesehen? Die wie die Wassertropfen
We
runter.
also engineered a very special way of rendering our top-down world, where
Wow.
you can always see so much further into the distance.
Finde ich gut.
Our goal was to make everything as interactive as possible. If an object looks like you can climb it, then you can actually climb it.
Finde ich gut. Sehr, sehr schön.
And if an object is too thin to walk over it, you might just need to balance your way across.
Oh, das wird ein Spaß. Das wird geil werden, ey. Wow. Ausdaueranzeige da immer die grüne, ne? Schön, wie er die Truhe auftritt. Der Combat. Okay, Kampf. Jetzt bin ich
From the
gespannt.
start, we decided to create an animation-driven combat system, which to us meant that every attack you make should be carefully considered.
Na,
We
wie
wanted
Souls
to bring
Games.
weighty, precision-driven combat to the top-down space. Combat that's inspired by several
Okay.
different genres, from ARPGs
Wow.
to fighting games.
Sieht richtig schön gewaltig aus, wie der
In
zuschlägt.
order to overcome an opponent, you need to watch out for telegraphed behaviors
Ja,
and
ja.
then punish accordingly.
Ja, so ein bisschen wie Souls Games, ne? Abwarten,
Timing,
Chance
spacing,
austesten.
and weapon weight are incredibly important in Wicked's combat model.
Na, okay, cool. Gefällt mir gut. Bin ich gespannt, wie sich das
In No
spielt.
Rest for the Wicked, every single weapon
Weil
has
du
its own
in
unique
dieser,
moveset and stats driven by RNG.
Top-Down-Perspektive bist. Da bin ich gespannt, wie sich das spielt. Aber wird sich ganz gut machen, denke ich. Schön, wie er gerade mit dem Schwert hoch ist und dann das Bein so hinterhergezogen hat, weil das Schwert halt schwer ist.
Let's try
Wow.
something different.
Da kommst du nicht durch Schild durch, ne? Ja. Da musst du aufpassen. Was ist die oben? Die rote Leiste ist unser
If you
Leben.
time it just right,
Was ist das da
you can
drüber?
parry incoming attacks, allowing you to exploit an enemy's opening.
Ah, okay, okay. Wow. Das war ja geil. Schöne Charge Attack. Nett.
Gear in No Rest for the Wicked comes in 4 different rarities.
Oh,
White items
nett,
are
nett.
common. Unlike in other ERPGs, they're not trash loot. We instead made those the most customizable.
Ah,
Blue
okay.
items are rare. They offer only positive enchantments. Purple items are cursed. They offer very positive enchantments, but they also come with a cursed enchantment. Gold items
Okay.
are unique. They are specifically handcrafted by our designers and offer unique enchantments. This rare claymore we found has an
Alter.
enchantment that increases my focus gain whenever I deal damage.
Ja, finde ich gut. Fokus ist immer gut. Oh, die Ratten da unten, ne? Das Licht richtig schön. Meine Güte, das sieht echt gut aus.
Every weapon has a chance to drop
Wow.
with its own unique rune, which can then be extracted and used on other weapons.
Ja, da merkst du schon, mit dem fetten Schwert, der braucht viel länger. Muss man aufpassen dann.
You can
Uiuiuiui.
focus through combat. It is then used to perform
Geil, wie
rune
das Schwert auf dem Boden liegt und er das erst so schwer zurückzieht. Wow! Das war geil. Ja,
But
gefällt
every
mir.
now and then, you might not even need to use your weapons to get rid of an enemy.
einfach runtertreten, wa? Haha, ja.
Sometimes, all you need is a little push.
Okay, okay.
Every weapon you'll find in No Rest for the Wicked has its own bespoke moveset, custom made by our incredible
Oh, fette
animation
Axt.
department.
Wow, was ist das denn
Once
für
you
einer?
stretch and other animation principles directly inform our combat.
Er hatte gerade einen Säbel gehabt, ne? Und das war eher so Katana-mäßig.
Layered on top
Wow.
of enchantments that drastically impact weapon behavior.
Wir können unsere Waffe auch anzünden, nett. Oh, das sieht schon echt gut aus. Bogen? Eine Keule, eine fette? Ja, ja, das finde ich sehr gut. Dass man nicht so limitiert ist, sage ich mal, ne?
Like armor, there is a wide range of options, each with their own design and attributes. The weight of such items even affects your movement in combat.
Ja, sehr gut. Ist wichtig. Leichte Rüstung bist du schneller, schwere Rüstung langsamer. Ja. Das ist geil. Ich glaube, das wäre so eine Sache für mich. Geil. Okay. Hier machst du dann eine Rolle bei mittlerem Gewicht. Bei leichten machst du einfach so ein, naja,
For No Rest for the Wicked, we designed a soft class
Schwungtritt.
system. Instead of locking you into a character class that you then have to adhere to for the entire playthrough, we want you to have the flexibility and freedom to play as the type of character you want to.
Ja,
And
finde ich
even
gut.
come up with character classes we haven't even thought of.
Oh, schönes Schild.
So far,
Wow.
we've shown what combat looks like with a more melee-focused build. Let's take a look at how combat changes for a mage.
Oh, dieser Teleport gerade.
This character
Wow.
build uses a two-handed staff. We have 3 rune specials available:
Geil.
Blink, Fireball, and Nova.
Zauber gibt's auch. Nett.
Fighting multiple enemies
Ist wirklich wie ein
always
Souls-Game.
tricky.
Ah, gegen viele ist immer
When
schwierig,
used
ja.
right, Nova can be an absolute blast.
Okay.
A
Flangenmaps-Explosion.
uniqueness of
Nett.
each item you find to craft, being able
Fillmore
to create
ist
any
ein
character
Schmied.
build you can think of through our soft class system and the randomized loot. All of these systems combine. to
Okay, wir
ensure
haben
each
Gesundheit,
playthrough
Stamina,
and every player's
Stärke.
experience is never truly the same.
Oh, ist das der Boss, den wir gerade schon gesehen haben? Oder dieses große Vieh? Das ist ein Boss! Wow, oh, der sieht ja geil aus. Spinne mit, naja, Mutanten-Typ.
I saw a Sakurai is riddled with plagued enemies known as the Torn.
Alter,
As you can see,
jawoll!
this Torn has been left to mutate and fester and will prove particularly vicious.
Ja, ja. Junge,
Best
Junge,
course
Junge.
of action is to study his moves and attack whenever we see an opening.
Ja. Ja, wenn er hier hinfällt, das ist gut, ja. Geil. Oh, ich will spielen.
Bosses are also quite brutal in No
Ja.
Rest for the Wicked. They will punish every mistake you will make.
Aha.
Keep a cool head, make
Kennen wir
use of
irgendwo.
all of the skills you've learned, and you just might succeed. As you can see, No Rest for the Wicked is an
schön.
intensely skill-based game.
Ja.
Your gear greatly influences your power in battle, but whether you die or overcome the challenge is ultimately down to your skill.
Geil. Oh, schöne Brandbombe. Oder Feuerball, was er geworfen hat. Geil. Schwert angezündet. Pariert hat er gerade. Wow. Okay. Ah, es war sehr knapp. Der hatte kaum noch Energie. Sehr risky gerade gespielt. Sacrament. Okay, Crafting und alles auch.
Along your journey, you will come across the town of Sacrament, the capital of Isola Sacra.
Ah, ich dachte gerade, weil da Felder abgebildet wurden.
Sacrament is a war-torn place, but over the course of your journey, you can help rebuild Sacrament to its former glory.
Ah, okay. Stadt zurückbauen. Greenwich.
In order to demonstrate that, we'll switch to a realm that's already a little more advanced. Our goal is to make Sacrament as interesting and interactive as possible.
Read about it, Mary. Where that tailor's at your service. Mary, we agreed. My name goes first.
Don't pretend you don't smell it. Come
Wie
and
gut das
trade.
aussieht, ne?
And players
Mein
will be in
Gott.
control over how Sacrament will evolve over time. For example, after my previous expedition, I helped Fillmore rebuild his smithy. He now sells better gear and is also able to upgrade our gear to a higher level.
Ja. Ja. Sehr gut, sehr gut, sehr gut.
To that effect, we aim to make investing resources into Sacrament as satisfying and rewarding as investing resources into your character is.
Okay,
Let's take a look at
Upgrades,
another way
Level
to make
2.
Sacrament your own.
In
Nett.
Sacrament, you'll be able to purchase real estate. Well, if you have the funds to afford it.
Naja, verstehe.
Property in Sacrament can get a little bit expensive, but accumulate the riches and you can choose from a wide range of properties to suit anyone's taste.
Oh,
Your
schön.
house is the perfect
Eigenes
place
Haus
to
bauen,
stash your
ey.
loot, craft items, relax, and plan everything out for your next big run through the dangerous areas surrounding Sacrament.
Wow.
I just moved in here, so it's a little bit barren.
Ja, ist klar, ist
Let's
leer,
fix
ne?
that. Out on your journey, you'll be able to collect or harvest valuable resources, which then can be used to craft new gear, furniture for your home, or even make improvements to the town itself.
Also ist es nicht nur Souls-like Action, Rumgerenne und
Catch a fish, for example,
Gekämpfe,
and it can be cooked and eaten, of course.
Geil.
But certain fish scales make
Sondern
it made
auch
for some fine arm.
Crafting und wir können schön...
While I was on the
Kochen
shores
und
of
alles,
Sakura,
geil.
I collected some pine wood. So now, let's make use of that and make this place a little bit more cozy.
Wie schön das animiert ist mit dem Bauen sogar, ne? Mein Gott.
Housing is incredibly cool in No
Geil.
Rest for the Wicked. Since
Oh,
you're not
herrlich.
constrained to a grid, you
Man
can
kann alles
come up
selber
with some
hinstellen.
really organic looking designs.
Wow.
The table looks nice, but it's missing something.
Ein Blümchen, na klar.
Was much better. While some items you can place in your house are just cosmetic, our goal is for most of them to be functional and have a
Oh,
gameplay
das ist schön.
purpose.
Ja, bitte, bitte, bitte.
With a range of properties to purchase and an incredibly flexible interior
Oh, die
design
Teppiche.
system, we
Schön.
hope players will be able to find and design a unique place for them to call home.
Oh, toll. Schöne Ideen, schön gemacht. Herrlich. Ich bin wirklich begeistert. Also, ich habe ja nur den Trailer bisher gesehen, aber wow. Wow, wow, wow. Endgame. Okay. Was erwartet uns?
One last thing we'd like to show you today is a system we call Alive. Although No Rest for the Wicked features a traditional campaign, it was important to us that the Solar Sacra is very much a living, breathing world. In order to show you what that means, we're going to go to an area called Mariner's Keep. This is an area I've previously ventured through and explored.
Okay, okay.
However, since my last journey through here,
Hey.
we have overrun the local area.
Oh,
Presenting
okay.
entirely new threats for me to tackle and resources for me to scavenge.
Gleich ab ins Grab. Die Gebiete werden also neu besetzt,
The
wenn man
world of No
sie...
Rest for the Wicked is constantly changing around you.
Okay, wenn man sie einmal besucht hat
And
und...
each time you visit a region, you'll be faced with a drastically different experience.
Geil. Die Welt ändert... Ach du Scheiße. Ach du Scheiße. Oh, ich will auch. Ich will's auch spielen. Oh, geil. Das sieht schon wirklich... Also... Ja, ich hab Bock. Ich hab Bock.
In No Rest
Das
for
wird
the
bestimmt
Wicked,
richtig cool. Oh je. Ja,
you
das-
never really know what to expect.
das war unerwartet.
For those of you who asked about Endgame, yes, we've got you covered. While we don't want to give away too much at this point, once you reach the Endgame, you can enter the Serum Crucible. This is where you'll have to test your metal against some of the toughest enemies within No Rest for the Wicked.
Okay. Bosskämpfe also.
Our goal is and always has been to create a very different action RPG, one that will hopefully move the genre forward. We believe that Moon Studios is in an incredibly unique position to deliver on this vision. We have some of the best talent in the world
Sieht echt
united
toll
behind
aus.
this. And we're not afraid to take the risks that need to be taken in order to change up the status quo.
We've poured an incredible amount of blood, sweat, and tears into this project.
Das glaube
Now
ich.
we're at a point where we need your help to shape and build Wicked into the best game it can possibly be.
Therefore,
Okay.
we'd like to invite all of you who love this genre, who grew up with it the same way we did, and who are excited to see a new take on it, to join us on this journey. And so we're happy to announce
Eine
that
Demo?
we're going to
Oh,
be
bitte.
launching No Rest for the Wicked after all of these years into Steam Early Access next month on April 18th.
Over the course of
Okay.
early access, we'll be tweaking, patching, and balancing the game with your input. And you will also see major content updates throughout development until we hit our 1.0
Multiplayer,
release, at
The
which
Breach.
point we're planning to release on consoles as well.
Wicked has been built from the ground up with multiplayer in mind. So the first of these major updates that we will be releasing in early access will be providing you with an innovative multiplayer experience,
ja.
allowing you to play Wicked alongside or even against your friends.
Na, okay.
Our
Ich habe
second
keine,
major
deswegen.
content update will bring all new regions to Sakura, new enemies, narrative updates, and so much more.
Dann schon neue. Wow.
System and gameplay content updates to follow thereafter.
Your support and feedback during this very critical part of early access really does make a difference. No Rest for the Wicked begins a new era for Moon Studios, and we're committed to this project for the long run.
Ja,
We're
ich
incredibly
verstehe.
excited about what will be No Rest for the Wicked.
Es steht schon auf meiner Wishlist.
And we can't wait to show you all the stuff that will follow in the months to come. Once the showcase is over, be sure to tune in to your favorite media and content creators for the
Ja.
hands-on impressions.
Gronk und Funk haben das nämlich gestern schon gespielt, deswegen habe ich bloß
Can't wait
das
to
Ende
see you all
da
on
gesehen.
April 18th.
Wow. Okay, cool. Oh, das sieht so toll aus, ne? Also, ich freue mich wahnsinnig drauf. Es wird richtig cool. Es wird richtig cool. Glaube ich. Und mein einziges Problem, was ich jetzt habe, ist, naja, ich überlege halt, was machst du? Nimmst du die Early Access und spielst du das dann halt schon ja, auf Steam in dem Sinne? Oder warte ich auf die, naja, Console Edition? Weil ich spiele halt vieles lieber auf der Konsole. Und weil ich bin halt so, weiß ich nicht. Ich setze mich halt auch gern mal einfach auf die Couch, beziehungsweise hier auf meinen Stuhl, mach alles zurück und chille einfach. Und dann zocke ich schön auf dem großen Fernseher. Das ist. Ja, ich werde es mir höchstwahrscheinlich doch für Steam holen im Early Access und dann nochmal später für die Konsole, höchstwahrscheinlich. Ach, so ist es. Das war eine schöne Präsentation. Ich bin sehr gespannt und das wird geil. Ich freue mich drauf. Ich freue mich sehr drauf. Okay. Danke an YouTube fürs Zuschauen. Über Abo, Like und Kommentar würde ich mich freuen. Wir sehen uns.